Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're having a little bit of a revisit to a previous topic. Skill-based matchmaking was a mistake. I made this video on the 10th of October 2019. Now we're 2 months plus down the line. It's 2020. Was skill-based matchmaking a mistake? I think it was. That's just me. I think player population numbers have continued to dwindle since the date of this video, which adds further proof to the fact that whatever the thinking was behind SBMM, maybe to keep lesser skilled players playing, whatever it was, the numbers do not lie. Nobody is really playing PvP. It seems to be a huge turnoff for a number of reasons. Granted, SBMM is not the only reason. Lack of incentive, lack of rewards, no meaningful loot is obviously a big factor in why people aren't playing PvP too. I'm not going to deny that, but I think adding SBMM on top of all of that is like, I don't know the analogy for it, but it's taking something that sucks and just making it even worse. That's kind of harsh. That is kind of harsh. I think the sandbox is in a decent spot. I didn't like how much hand cannons got hit with the range nerf, but overall, if I look at everything, it's actually not that bad right now. One or two things that are a little bit cheesy, kind of outlying. I think on PC you've got Lord of Wolves, on console you've got Erentil. These things are just a little bit too nutty, but overall, I think the balance is really good in the sandbox. And that's what makes the SBMM situation even more frustrating for me, because I know I can do well with a variety of different weapon types and stuff now, but there's so many obstacles in my way preventing me from having a good time. Now, I want to just point something out. I've been getting comments on this video non-stop. An hour ago, 2 days ago, 5 days ago, people are still commenting on this video. People are still talking about this subject. It's one of the reasons why I'm revisiting it. 2 months later, how has things turned out? Has the player population increased? No, it's only gone down. There's so much talk about SBMM on Twitter. The Destiny community, everybody is talking about this topic. Granted, I know a lot of people are sick of it. I don't blame you for being sick of it as well. Here's the thing though, I can't not talk about this because of how badly it affects my experience as a PvP content creator. But that is not to say that I am the only person having this problem. Like I said, if we go to the top rated comment on this video, it sounds like the best players don't like actually getting killed by each other. So they want to go back to farming easy people so they can flex their EP. It seems to me that anybody who is on the benefiting end from SBMM holds this perspective towards anybody who dislikes SBMM. And this is the biggest misconception I think there is. It's not just the best players who have a problem with SBMM, it's anybody above average or even average. If you're just average, if you're competently decent at Destiny 2 PvP, you can probably relate to all the things I'm going to be talking about in this video. And this is the big misconception. I get so many messages, I can't explain to you how many messages I get on a daily basis. People saying stuff to me like, you're a pro player and you don't like playing other pros and that's all it is. You just want to farm noobs for your videos. And this is just not true. This is not the main issue. I don't really care who I'm playing against. Destiny 2s are not that difficult of a game. You can hit clips against just about anybody. It doesn't really matter who it is. Time and place, things fall your way, you can make nice plays. That's not the issue. All of the videos I've made after this video have been under the parameters of SBMM. I've still made plenty of funny plays, plenty of entertaining plays. I've made content that my viewers enjoy. But the issue is, guys, the issue is for anybody who's above average, like I was saying, or average by the way. You don't have to be top 1%, Sweat Lord, XX 420 snipes god who never misses a shot. This is simply not the case. Anyone who is decent at PvP, they have to wait minimum 5 minutes to play Control. I know I do. 5 to 10 minutes just to play a match of Control, guys. If you can't see the issue with that, if you can't see why players would complain about something like that, I don't know what to say to you. Imagine you're trying to play a casual game of 6v6 and you have to wait 5 to 10 minutes to play it. How much PvP would you play then? Like, would you be in PvP every day if you had to wait that long just to get a game of 6v6? I think it's absolutely absurd. And obviously, granted, right now, everybody at Bungie is on holiday. I get that. They've worked very hard. I appreciate everything they've done for the game. I know what state this game was in and what state it's in now. It's in a much better place. But adding SBMM into this game is just the worst thing you could do. And like I said, it's not about farming noobs. It's about the player experience. It's split down the middle. People who are enjoying SBMM seem to think that they're in a majority, but they're not in a majority. I would say it's a 50-50 split. half the player population is subjected to very, very oppressive matchmaking parameters that do not lead to an enjoyable experience. Guys, if you're enjoying SPMM, don't attack me, because it's not just me, it's not just streamers, it's not just YouTubers, it's the average player who is suffering from this issue. I had a dude message me saying he used to love playing PvP with his son, like a father-son duo, but ever since Shadowkeep, it's been a miserable experience for them. I think because the dad's actually like a good player, and obviously the kid's just a kid, so he's not great. And now they can't play together. If they play together, the son just gets absolutely destroyed. SPMM ruins that experience. Not only that, they have to wait 5 to 10 minutes to play the game, and on top of that, the lobbies will be extremely laggy because the players are pulled from all over the planet because of the strict skill parameter that is involved. So I want you to think about that when you attack me or anybody else because you think they just want to farm noobs. I want you to think about that father-son duo who can no longer enjoy PvP. How do you feel about that? Do you think that's cool? Do you think that's good for the state of PvP? Granted, I think Season 10, I have a really strong feeling Trials of Osiris is going to come back, and a lot of the PvP focus will then drift into that playlist. I'll be one of those people as well, for sure. However, I really hope that Bungie don't sweep this situation under the rug and just act like it doesn't exist. This is a major problem. Just like hackers and comp, the 6v6 matchmaking is a huge problem, man. This is painful, guys. Like, I can't explain it to you as a content creator. For me to get personal in terms of my issues with it now. These are probably unique to me in the sense that I'm a content creator. Like, the matchmaking times have derailed my live streams multiple times because the boredom sets in when you're waiting 5 to 10 minutes just to play a game of 6v6 and you have a live audience watching you. Who wants to watch someone sit in orbit for 5 to 10 minutes in between games? I had situations where like I would be in orbit for 10 minutes and a viewer would have found and played a game and come back to chat, and I'm still just floating in orbit trying to find a game of 6v6. Like I don't understand, like that's just absolutely absurd. Obviously it sucks for me extra because, like I said, I have a live audience watching me and then you have to wait all that time. That's difficult. That's a real problem. It's also very demotivating because, you know, say you're using a random loadout like a sidearm and whatever, right? Just some random loadout, and you know, you go into a game after waiting 5 to 10 minutes, you get your ass kicked because obviously everybody's decent in the lobby. You probably have loads of blueberries on your team that the algorithm expects you to carry because of your skill rating. It doesn't consider the fact you're using a sidearm and some other, you know, average weapon. And what happens is you just get your shit kicked in, right? You get your shit kicked in, back to orbit for another 5-10 minutes. Waiting. Viewers just, you know, bored and exasperated. Even if you're just making YouTube videos, it can be very, you know, the amount of time it now takes to make a video is like tripled because of how long it takes to find a game. It's infuriating, and I think it's absolutely absurd that this is a thing. Because the player population in Destiny 2 for PvP is not that high, you're talking like a couple 100,000 players, right? This isn't COD, this isn't Fortnite, this isn't Overwatch. There aren't millions of active players. You can't put in these strict parameters for just a small amount of players in a peer-to-peer system, by the way, not dedicated servers. It's all peer-to-peer, which means every player is connected to one another. So the strength of your connection to each player is basically what determines how laggy a lobby is, right? Now, if all the players are scattered all over the globe because of strict matchmaking parameters, you have all these problems, don't you? Match takes so long to find, lobbies are extremely laggy, and it's just not a fun player experience. If you look at the player population numbers, if you go and, you know, take the time to look for them yourself, you'll see they're just dropping. Now, I'm sure the argument for SPMM is that it will keep casual players playing and people who are not so great at PvP playing, but the numbers don't suggest that that's the case. So it's clearly not working. The people who are dedicated to PvP are just basically slapped in the face by this current system and are hating the experience. So when people who play PvP a lot are not there, and the casual players are, you know, like casual players, they're going to play a couple of games a week and then they're going to go do something else. They're the players you're, you know, catering to, and the people who would actually populate your playlist, they're all going and playing other games because this is not fun. So I really hope that, along with other issues, matchmaking is addressed. Like I said, if you're someone who enjoys SPMM, Don't attack other people just because they don't like it, and don't hit them with these straw man arguments. You just want to farm noobs and all this nonsense. Like, this is just not the case, guys. It's not about farming noobs. It's about being able to play the game normally. Just find a game, go into a match, have a decent connection, on to the next one. That's all that really matters. That's the bare bones here. You're not asking for a lot. So I really hope something gets done about matchmaking. These are my thoughts 2 months later. I'm just giving you guys my personal thoughts. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section. Like I said, if you disagree, don't attack each other over your opinions on a video game. It's fucking 2020. Get a grip. If you're going to be one of those people, I'll probably pin you and everyone will laugh at you. Alright? But anyway, guys, I got my feelings out of the way. I had to talk about it again because it's such a... I know people are sick of it, but for me as a PvP content creator, it's a real... it's just a thorn in my side. Pun intended. Make sure you hit a like, by the way, for that pun. If you don't like for that pun, I mean, if you're still here, you've got to hit that like button. I mean, come on. Also, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and keep an eye out for more content. I know my last 2 uploads, there was a bit of a problem with copyright or something, so I had to take the videos down. Sorry about that. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video anyway. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.